What's up? How's it going, guys? So, life's crazy, work is crazy, everything is crazy. But we are joined here with a very special guest, the Kentucky representative of Gun Owners of America, Mr. GunDoctor TV himself. Gun Doctor?
How's it going? Thanks for
It's
having me
going
on, man.
good. Thanks for being here, man. Like, I know we kind of, like, jumped into this, like, I think we decided, what, at 6 o'clock that, hey, we're going to do this? And it was
Yes,
like,
and then
um,
filming kind of got away from me today, so it's been one of those days. I've been going since four in the morning, 3 year time, and
oh, wow.
yeah, yeah.
So,
But go ahead.
are you in Where are y'all filming at right now? Are you in Kentucky filming or are you out
No,
west?
I'm in Wyoming.
Wyoming.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. We're just south of Yellowstone by a few hours.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I've got a good friend that lives out there, Bullets for Bucks. I don't know if you know who he is.
I've heard that name. Yes.
He's a really good guy. He lives out there.
Okay.
He's linked up with like Alaskan Ballistics and Andy One Alaska and Weatherby, something shooting Weatherby, I think.
Okay.
They're all
All right.
linked up together. And then Boom Country Hydrographics. He lives up in North Dakota. He's another really good friend of mine.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, we all shoot competitively together. So
Yeah, I was going to ask you. You shoot long range, I'm assuming.
I shoot long range, 3 gun, IPSC, IDPA.
So you just
Um,
do the whole thing.
yeah, my favorite thing to do, ironically enough, that people don't realize is honestly trap shooting.
Yeah.
I can get down to trap shooting,
Right on.
but I've done it for so long that it's just second nature for me. I started shooting trap like Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts time frame. And I shot it all the way through college and went on and got other disciplines and then went into law enforcement and that really triggered like the 3 gun stuff.
Oh, okay. All right. How long
But
were you in law enforcement?
I did it for 7 years.
Okay, I did it for 5. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've considered going back, man. Like I really have. I know that sounds really weird. Like so I've got my engineering degree now
Hmm.
and I've also got all my gunsmithing certs from like SDI, School of American Rifle, and a community college out in North Carolina. Gotten all
Nice.
my gunsmithing certs through 3 different um, organizations, but just something keeps telling me I was really good at my job. Like I was very good at my job.
Yeah.
So just
Yeah.
firm, fair, and consistent is the biggest thing with it that people don't realize that.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah. I did it. I was a police officer in Ohio, and I was an SRT sharpshooter. And
nice.
then I moved back to Kentucky, and my certification wouldn't transfer, and I was going to have to go to academy all over again. And I was like, screw that.
Well, that's kind of where I am. Like I was SRT. I'm assuming your SRT there is a special reserve team.
Special response team. Yeah.
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 So in Wisconsin, it's just like special reserve team, and then um, here SRT is just SWAT. I'm guessing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think they really have like the double. Like we had both. We had SWAT and SRT,
Oh yeah.
but
No, just had SRT.
yeah,
Yeah. It was a combination of multiple departments. We all came together because we were in a really small area. So
yeah. Half Mile here. He's he was border patrol. I think. Is that what you were? Half Mile was border patrol. Oh, but he did it for a lot of years. I just had him on last week. Um, but we have Mr. Yukikaze, Indigore, Misty Wayne, Mr. Ron Wayne. If you haven't watched that live interview, highly suggest listening to that. It's the first time Ron Wayne has ever spoke on YouTube.
yeah.
Um,
I've actually been watching his channel a little bit, watching his shorts.
I love Ron's channel. He's not far from. I think he's closer to you than he is to me.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, he's up in the mountains area.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I'm
So
just north of Lexington, so I'm up in that area.
yeah, see, I'm down by Bowling Green. So the area in which the tornadoes hit last year,
Yes.
like it decimated like 90% of the area where I am.
Oh wow. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm in between like Fort Campbell area, if you know where that is, and Bowling Green. Like
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
in that general area.
Okay.
So, but so you got involved with GOA and you've been with them for quite a while now, haven't you?
I have. I'm the Kentucky State Director. I was actually the first YouTuber they reach out to,
Hmm.
and I just kind of just naturally fell in with them. So
So what, for anybody that doesn't know, like I'm sure everybody here knows who GOA is, but what separates like GOA from NRA, FPC, so on and so forth? Because like I've talked to Flying Rich about this, and I kind of have the mindset that they were all kind of the same, and he's like, no, GOA and FPC are completely different.
yeah,
So,
GOA is they're pretty much strictly a lobby, and they're really grassroots driven. So it's boots on the ground, gathering members and getting support, and they are just like on top of bills that are anti-gun. So that's probably the best way. That's the best way I can describe it. And I apologize if I seem a little slow. I've been going hours today, so
dude, you're good. You're good, man. I get it. I work long hours and work a crazy schedule, so it's not gonna phase me any. And I won't. I'll try not to keep you like super, super long.
oh no, you're good.
Um,
Yeah, I'm
so
up here directing TV shows, so it's kind of a new experience for me. It's
mhm.
been pretty cool though.
Are we allowed to talk about your TV show, or is it kind of an
Oh yeah,
NDA?
yeah, we can talk about it. Absolutely.
So what's your show about? Is it like a hunting show? Is it a just firearms recreation show?
It is a hunting show. It's called Ballistic Pursuit, and we're on
Mhm.
season 2. And we're taking disabled vets on their dream hunts.
Nice.
So we're doing elk hunts, mule deer hunts, and all that good stuff up here in Wyoming, and it's been a blast.
Oh yeah,
Some really really cool people up here. So
that's awesome, dude. Like I think that's really cool. So I do a lot of work with the um, Kentucky DNR or Fish and Wildlife here, but
yeah,
where I'm from, it's just DNR. For their youth hunts, I donate rifles to them to
nice,
use, and so like I mean, I've got everything from like 40-pound 6.5 Creedmoors and all the way down to like the 8-pound 308. So I
right?
mean, if any of them need a super heavy gun because they can't handle the recoil,
Yeah,
take the Dasher, take the GT, take the Creed, whatever you need, because it's all going to be ample for around here.
right.
Um, and then some of the older ones that can handle that heavier recoil, I let them take like the 308 or the 270 or something like that.
Nice.
Just
Yeah,
especially if they've done it long enough and they understand like what a recoil is. Like it's always good to. But of all the calibers I have, though, I've never shot a 243. I get crap from it all the time from
really,
everybody in my chat. So,
really.
mhm. I
Yeah, I've shot
just
43 a few times. It's not my preferred hunting weapon, but
well, so like when I got into the competition world, like everybody was running the six dasher, the BRX, or the Creed,
yeah,
308s, things like that. So I never had ambition to try a 243. I've got a dasher and a GT, so it's like, what's it matter?
right.
They're the same caliber in essence, but uh, but
Well, there's
yeah,
like 5 6 millimeter arc, 6.5 Grendel. They're all shooting the same pill out.
yeah.
It's
Now
all
I am a huge Grendel fan.
yeah. I like the Grendel myself.
For a varmint round, I think so by far one of my favorite varmint rounds because it's not a barrel burner like what you see in 22 250,
Right.
204 Ruger or anything like that. It's just a fun round to shoot. And then I've been playing a lot with 20 Tactical. I don't know if you've ever ran that.
No, no,
So
I've never.
20 Tactical, it's a very interesting cartridge. It runs over 4,000 feet per second,
Wow.
but it's a 223 neck down to a 204. But it's
Okay.
hype. It's super hyped up. But it's not a barrel burner because it's such a light projectile.
Okay.
It it was the exact opposite of what I thought. I was thinking like 1,000 rounds down the barrel, it's gonna fall apart like the Dasher and the GT do, and
Right.
it's the exact opposite. It's more of like just a super 223, I guess, maybe 22 TCM.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So Ron Wayne, so there's kind of a joke going on between me and another channel. Have you ever listened to the Ballistically Speaking podcast?
Yes.
So there's a joke going on between my channel and theirs. They call coyotes.
Cayutes.
So we started calling them coyotes here. Um, so
Yeah.
Ron Wayne wants to know, so has GunDoctor ever hunted coyotes?
Absolutely. I grew up on a big farm, so it's kind of one of the things. Yeah. I, whenever I'm hunting coyotes, I don't run anything too big. I just most of the time running my AR 5.56, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't been in a while. We had a chance to shoot a nice coyote out here on this prairie, and they're a nuisance animal up here. So we had we had a 6.5 PRC, and that was a little bit of overkill, but it would have done the job for sure.
Oh, absolutely. The I've shot them with my 338 Win Mag before and blown the legs off of them.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're the same here as they are there. They're just a nuisance and
Yeah.
kill everything.
Yeah, for sure.
So half mile.
Go ahead.
I've been reading guys that have been getting like 3 to 5,000 rounds down the barrel of a 20 tactical and the 20 practical. They're the same cartridge. One is in the 20 practical is bolt action version where you can get more pressure.
Yeah.
And then the 20 tactical is in the gas version.
Gotcha.
But they're the exact same cartridge.
Yeah.
So what's up, pimp?
Awesome. Yeah, dude, I love how interactive your chat is. That's awesome.
Yeah, dude, I literally have the best followers ever. Like, they talk to each other, they have conversations with each other, they ask questions instead of just sitting there listening. Like, I literally have the best chat there is. We have
Yeah.
Wolf Nev with us. I don't know if you've ever listened to him. He does a
Yeah, no, I
news
haven't.
podcast, but he
Okay.
streams like 5 or 6 different ones, and it's a really good podcast.
Nice. Check that out.
Yeah, he's a really good guy. He covers a lot of like, so the Waukesha trial right now. He's been covering that.
Okay.
He covered like all of Ian from start to finish, multiple cameras, bunch of other stuff too. He was a good
Okay.
dude.
Nice.
Super helpful with anybody's channel. Like he'll help promote anybody's channel. Really nice guy.
That's good. Yeah, YouTubers really need to stick up for each other because YouTube's not doing us any favors. So
No, and it what's hard is so I know a lot of the bigger guys, and now my channel is extremely small in retrospect to a lot of people's. I haven't even broke my 1,000 yet. And like some of them are like, "Well, no, I don't want to be on your channel. You're not big enough."
yeah,
It's like,
that's really stupid.
yeah. And then you have guys like Hootie Hoo and yourself that are just like, yeah, whatever. Like we're a
Adam's a good
community.
cat. Adam's a real good cat.
Yeah,
you'll have to ask him about our game of pig. So
your game of pig.
yeah.
Well, how about this? I'll challenge you at a game of pig at 1,000 yards.
Ooh, I shoot at 1,000 a lot, so I'm
So
I'm
do
down
I.
for that.
I mean, we could do a dueling tree.
We could. I'd be down for that. So you got 1,000 yard range, right?
We have a mile.
Oh, a mile.
hmm
Nice, nice.
Um,
So
yeah, so we're out. Are you familiar with the area that I'm in?
yes, I am.
So you know where Pilot Rock is?
Uh huh.
So it's out near Pilot Rock. Boom
Okay.
country. Um, so we're the range is out near Pilot Rock. It's on my family's property. So it's about to open to the public. Um, but
That
my
is awesome.
cousin that actually owns everything, he allows me to basically use it as needed for my YouTube channel. Now I do a lot more of this than I do recording,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
time, money, energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've let my channel slip for the past few months because I've been so busy filming this TV show. But I've got so much content in the books that I got to put out. But
Dude,
yeah,
I understand like it, and it's easy for it to get away from you. Like,
yes.
because before you know it, it's like, oh, well, it's been a month. Oh, it's been 2 months now. And then it just slowly keeps kicking you down. And it's like, dang,
Right.
I should be here, but now I've kicked myself in the kneecaps and I'm down here. Um, so,
Yeah. I'm pretty guilty of that. I'm one of those channels I upload once, twice a month,
mhm.
and that's if I'm lucky.
No, I
But
get it.
I'm lucky my subscribers are very loyal and they stick with me, and so I'm getting ready to turn out a bunch of content as soon as I get done with this. And then
Oh,
I
yeah.
got a documentary I'm doing for Netflix, and after that I'm like all guns, all freed up. So what kind of what caliber are you taking out to a mile?
So I've taken Lapua out to a mile. I've taken Dasher out to a mile. 6 GT, 6.5 Creed.
Yeah.
I just missed 308 at a mile by like a foot.
Wow, 308 after 1,000 yards is like an angry bee. It's
Yeah.
so taking it out to a mile, that's pretty incredible.
Well, so I just attempted taking 22 long rifle out to 1,200 yards.
Yeah,
So I've confirmed hits with 22 at 1,000.
nice.
It took 307 minutes of angle at 1,000.
Over a 10-story building.
Yeah. I mean, we were literally shooting at like a 50-degree angle almost.
Yeah.
But like the range, so a lot of people that might not realize like how the dynamic of the lands are laid out here. In order to have a mile range here, like it has to go downhill into a valley and then
Yes.
back up. Just because the hills we have on Western Kentucky.
Yes.
Um, Boom Country says he's taking his 338 edge to a mile next week.
Nice.
I've been
Nice.
really considering playing with that cartridge. Um,
Yeah,
Boom
I have.
Country and I talk on the phone all the time, and he's almost convinced me into that cartridge.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but
I mean,
um,
for LR, I mainly do 6.5 Creedmoor. I got a nice gas gun in 6.5 with a really long barrel on it, and an ER Shaw bolt gun. I don't know if you ever shot a Shaw rifle,
mm,
but they're really well made. More than likely, you shot Shaw barrels and just didn't know. Like if you shot any kind of Savage, anything like that, they got Shaw barrels on them. And 300 PRC. That's a good round at a mile.
so that by a half mile, I'll see you next time. Um, See, that's one that I've never played with is 300 PRC. Now, my buddy Matt, he had a 300 PRC with the Christensen action and the Christensen carbon fiber barrel.
Yeah.
And once he replaced his barrel, it started shooting lights out. But before when it was a carbon fiber, just from the Magnum caliber, it
Yeah.
carbon fiber just heats up way too fast. And he's told me time and time again to really look into the 300 PRC. But for me, like I've already got the Lapua,
Right.
and then I've got 338 Win Mag, and then
Yeah.
I have 308. So for me, it doesn't make sense for me to have that because with the 338 Win Mag and the 338 Lapua, I can do everything I would need to do with those two cartridges with a heavier projectile.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it gets you there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get that.
And then like even my 6.5s I load with 153s.
Yeah.
So I load those heavy.
Nice.
Um,
Nice.
but so I guess it's just weird for me to. But now I have been because I'm a huge 6.5 guy. I have really been flirting with the idea of 6.5 PRC. I haven't quite committed, but I've been really flirting with it.
That we've used that on a few of these hunts, and that is a hard hitting round.
Is it?
Yeah, we shot some antelope up here with it, and it just absolutely laid them over.
I really feel like the 6.5 PRC is everything that the 6.5 Creedmoor should have been from the beginning.
Yes. Yes.
And that's the one thing I wish the 6.5 Needmore did was what the 6.5 PRC does. You shouldn't have had to redesign it, in my opinion.
Right.
Like it is what it is.
Yeah.
But now the 7 PRC, I've been really flirting with that a whole lot.
Now, see, I haven't messed with that at all, so that would be new to me.
So it's the new one that Hornaday just released. Backfire TV. I think that's his channel. He's on YouTube. I think it's Backfire.
Yeah, I'm familiar with him. I haven't seen any videos on it though yet.
He has a 7mm PRC already.
Nice.
So he's released a video on it, but I'm not sure on the specifications of it based on energy factor or anything like that.
Right.
So Yukikaze wants to know what's the difference between the Creedmoor and the PRC.
The PRC, it's pretty much shooting the same pill, but it's pushing it out a lot faster. It's a bigger cartridge. It's got a lot more power behind it. It's a pretty devastating round. We're using these terminal scents, and this is PRC right here. And we're using these terminal scents, and these are pretty accurate. I mean, from what I've seen, I would take this out to a mile, no problem.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Now, are you running 140s or are you running 147s?
This one, I forget, 130, I believe.
Oh, so it's even lighter.
Yeah, it's even lighter. It's a
Now,
nickel. It's a nickel plated bullet though.
oh, so I guess you'd have to be a little bit lighter to push that at those
Yeah, for
speeds.
sure.
Now, are you getting a lot of feedback from the guys that you're shooting with over preferring the 6.5 PRC over, let's say, 300 PRC?
See, the guys that we brought up here, they haven't had any experience with either, so they're kind of new to the game. Now, the people that are hosting this show, that are producing the show, the guys over at Lucid Optics, they love this round, and they're a pretty big fan of 300 PRC too, but that they really like this round. So, and I've been shooting it a lot up here, and I'm a fan of it. I got to get me one chambered in it for sure.
Oh yeah. So Ron Wayne wants to know what's your favorite plinking gun and caliber?
9mm all day. My CZ Shadow 2. I
Hmm.
can't see that gun. I shoot handguns more than I shoot rifles, and I started that because I sucked at shooting handguns, and
Hmm.
now I've gotten to the point where I shoot handguns more than I shoot rifles. So it's kind of a weird transition there, and that's mainly what I do on my channel is pistol stuff. So
Nice. So service says Backfire said that the 300 PRC has a little bit of gusto behind it. Now,
yeah,
how did it compare to the 6.5
yeah,
PRC?
it's definitely got a lot more oomph behind it. But we run a heavy shot barrel, and it's a weighted chassis,
Hmm.
and you literally you barely feel it. My 15-year-old son, my 15-year-old son shot one at 15:30 2 days ago.
Hmm.
I watched that video back, and you could barely see any recoil. But that's heavy weighted, so
Hmm.
I haven't shot it in a lighter gun. I'd say that thing would kick your dang shoulder off.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah,
You have it in the what it looked like in the picture was the ACC chassis from MDT, wasn't it?
yeah, I believe so.
Do you have the full weight kit in there, like all the weights down the side and weights down the ARCA?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so that thing.
that's actually not my gun. That's a friend of mine's. He runs Wyoming Tactical, Wyotac,
Hmm.
and that gun is very sweet, and that's
Nice.
a and like I said, Shaw actually makes that barrel that's on that gun. So
Hmm. Yeah, so you're talking that one with the full weight kit, that heavy barrel, and as heavy as that Savage Action is for that, it's
big
easily
boy,
pushing 35, 40 pounds,
it's a
if not
big boy.
more.
Yeah, you're not gonna be lugging it around hunting or anything.
Well,
That's for sure.
that was gonna be my next question. Are y'all lugging that thing up and down the mountain?
No, no. Like I said, we're mainly running the 6.5 PRC. We're running 6.5 Creedmoor. Let's see. Believe I can't think of the other round. I'm like exhausted. But
You're,
yeah, it's yeah, we haven't hunted anything with that yet. Now for season one, they took it to Africa,
mhm.
and they dropped some pretty big animals with that 300 PRC, and it did a great job.
Yeah, so like you got Pete Milan that's out there in South Africa. I don't know if you know who Pete Milan is from Impact Shooting.
No, no. I,
Um, he shoots for Bat Machine in NRL in South Africa, and he shoots for Vortex Africa or the Vortex African team, and also Modular Driven Technologies. Dude's
okay.
a beast when it comes to shooting.
Yeah.
Really, really, and he's really
They're a lot
nice.
flat
Like,
ground, so they can do those long ranges, and that's something about Wyoming. It's very flat here.
mhm.
Back I'm lucky to get 250 yards where I'm at.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's so hilly and trees everywhere, and you can't see the next holler over almost.
See, I almost didn't realize that Eastern Kentucky was that hilly.
See, I'm in northeastern Kentucky. I'm like right along the Ohio River.
Oh,
Yeah, so
that's a good
it's
way.
still the foothills of the Smokies, so it's very hilly there.
Gotcha. See, I didn't
Yeah,
realize that.
great road in the county, so
Yeah. See, I didn't realize that it was. Well, I guess I did realize it, but I've never been to that side of the state. So when I moved here from Wisconsin, I literally came straight to this area,
okay,
and
yeah,
I don't venture too much towards like Louisville or Lexington, because believe it or not, I'm not a UK fan.
yeah, yeah.
So
Fair
like, there's
enough.
really no reason for me to go there. And like Florida plays in Vandy normally twice a year for football and twice a year for basketball. So I just go down to Vandy. It's closer to me too.
Right.
So you're talking that's 45 minutes. So it's like,
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Ron says it's the same conditions where he is.
Yeah, it's that's pretty much a Kentucky thing. Uh, Western Kentucky, there's a few flat areas in Western Kentucky.
Mhm.
Other than that, it's fairly hilly all across the state. Lexington, the Lexington Louisville area is kind of flat, but not completely. Not like it is out here. I remember the first time I drove out west. We were coming. I was doing a TV show in Vegas,
Mhm.
and, and it was the first time I'd ever been out west. And we saw the lights, and we kept driving and kept driving and kept driving, and realized that was like 25 miles away. And it was like, wow, that's crazy.
Gotcha. Yes, Indigore. Vanderbilt plays football, but I'm not a Vanderbilt fan. I'm a Florida Gators fan. So,
Florida Gators, huh? All
yeah.
right.
Well, so I was raised in Orlando, and from Orlando, I went to Milwaukee. I went from one end to the other on heat spectrum, and now
Yeah,
I'm in the middle, and even here it gets too cold sometimes.
yeah, it does get pretty chilly.
Yeah,
Now the area I'm in Wyoming, it gets 40 below here.
yeah. See,
It, I'm not about that.
so like where Boone Country is, um, it gets so cold in that area. So he's like way up north and way northern North Dakota.
Yeah,
And so so like I know personally people that have lived there besides Boom Country that have talked about how when people die, like the ground is too hard for them to be able to dig. So like
yeah,
they literally have to wait for the thaw out.
right. Yeah, nah, screw that noise. I'm not about that, man. I
No.
personally I prefer the desert, uh,
Yeah,
like out in Arizona or even down in Florida with all the humidity. I'd rather have that than the cold.
gotcha. I get that. So Ron Wayne says we need to have a long range shoot at the range.
Yes,
And
I
I'm
agree.
in agreement. Like, we need to call it the Kentucky Shootout. But we're going to have Hootie Who come up too.
Oh
Because
yeah,
he's close enough to all of us
yeah,
that it's like, let's just do it all in one conglomerate and everybody get together
yeah, for sure.
and
Now, do
just
you
have
know
fun.
Paul from Heavy Metal?
I so I am a
Him?
little bit I'm more familiar with Adam than I am heavy metal. And it's
Yeah,
just because I prefer the aspect of this is a rifle, this is the types of groups that I'm getting, and the ammo testing aspect of it
yeah,
than
yeah,
I am really anything else, if that makes sense.
yeah.
I
I
mean, it's
agree.
the same thing with Ron Wayne's channel. Like, it's his channel is strictly about the firearm, and that's what draws me to that. Because I personally do not enjoy firearms content on YouTube
Yeah,
because just how much I shoot, I just don't enjoy it.
yeah. I watch such a wide variety of YouTube channels. I'm a huge Star Wars nerd, so
Hmm.
I watch a lot of nerdy stuff, like hardcore nerdy stuff. But
Gotcha.
yeah, there are some gun channels that I enjoy, and usually I'll watch some live streams, but I'm always the quiet kid in the back. I
Hmm.
probably be a little more interactive, but it's nice to just go and watch sometimes, if you know what I mean.
No, I understand. Like, I get it. So, like, so Hootie Who has been a huge supporter of my channel for a long time now. And so I might not catch every single one of his videos at his premiere, but I'll always catch them in the aftermath. Like I might not always comment, but I'm always there generally.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, for
um,
sure.
but he's got like his followers that he has. There's some really loyal people over there.
That's
Like Service comes from the Hootie Who channel. Yuka Kaze does. I think Indy comes from Ron Wayne over here, and then Service comes from and Half Mile. They all come from the Hootie Who side.
Yeah,
And every time I'm live, they're all over here.
yeah.
So,
I've known Adam for quite a long while. He's a really, really laid back, down to earth dude.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. We did a we did a video back when our channels were like really small. We did a challenge to each other where we did a sleigh ride shotgun shoot.
Hmm.
Yeah, we challenged each other to that. And he goes out there and is like wife beater and shorts in the middle of the snow in Tennessee, and he's sleigh riding down the hill shooting targets with a shotgun.
That's great.
It was pretty crazy.
I've met some of the greatest people that I've ever met on YouTube. Like, especially doing this, because you get to see a different side of people
Yes,
doing this side of it versus just the planned out, edited video. It's a whole different side here.
it
Where it's
is. It is.
like I don't know.
I started YouTube because I'm a third generation gunsmith, and I
Hmm.
started to promote my channel, and then YouTube's like, probably don't want to do that because they're threatening to shut me down. So I kind of made a switch and just started having fun with guns, and I really enjoy the filmmaking aspect of it, being creative and trying new things. And like, I'll put a lot of work into some of my videos. Like I did a Mandalorian flamethrower, a wrist mounted
Hmm.
flame, and I built it from scratch. And I put like, oh man, it was well over a week into that video. And YouTube like demonetized it immediately, and it got like 300 views. And I was like,
Oh no.
but I don't really do it for that. So I still enjoyed putting it up and still enjoyed making it. So I kind of just
Well,
have my channel.
the thing that dumbfounds me about that is so YouTube like strikes down certain things, and same with TikTok and or Instagram or Facebook or whatever have you. But then things that really should, hey, look, there's Hootie Hoo.
What's up, Adam?
Um, like, but then you see other things that it's just like, oh, well, we're not gonna restrict that, even though it's
Well,
way more inappropriate than somebody. What's up, E Rock?
yeah, man, that's a touchy subject for me. You know, it doesn't make a lot of sense, the stuff that they will monetize and promote versus the stuff that they tear down. And like you see them promote movies where you're actually using guns for violence, and whereas me, I'm just a hillbilly in my backyard shooting a gun at pieces of steel and what have you, and they'll demonetize that. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's what I don't understand about it is so like you take channels that are promoting more along the positive side of it. So like Hootie Hoo, like he's doing the hunting aspect of it.
yes,
And then like he's shadow banned even though he has 500,000 followers. But then you watch other guys like so like you watch Matt from Demo Ranch or
right.
Donut Operator or one of those guys that are just blatantly not giving a flying fuck about any of the rules. And
They get
like,
promoted, and
yeah.
well, I think Demo Ranch kind of had a leg up because he was one of the early guys,
Hmm.
and he got in before when YouTube was still about broadcast yourself instead
Hmm.
of broadcast what we want. So I think he kind of got a leg up there. Now, Donut Operator, I don't know how he I don't know how he skirts the rules so much because he's kind of newer. He's he's only been around for a few years as far as being a big channel like that.
See, I don't know if it's because of so I know Matt, and I've known Matt for quite a while. Him and I shot three gun together, and or still do shoot three gun together. But um, they're all linked up together somehow or another. Like him, Donut,
Yeah,
and Brandon Herrera, they're all linked up together somehow or another. I'm not exactly sure like how they're all conglomerated together. But then you also have guys like Scott from Kentucky Ballistics that just get away with so much stuff. Um,
Right. I mean, if even like you watch Hootie's channel, he had to start saying bulots. He had to start, stop naming the word gun. And, I tried it and they were still just like hitting me hard. So I really don't. I wish they would be clear about the rules instead of
yeah,
being vague.
well, there's two separate sets of rules, no matter what the rules are. Like, there's always two separate sets. What's up, Bernadette? And Cody, hello. Hootie says it's all a big mess.
It is. It really is.
Um, but like, there's two separate sets of rules for depending on who you are. A small channel like what I've got, um, like I've already had a strike on my channel once for reloads. Like, I was doing a live stream and I was at my reloading bench and I was literally just resizing brass and trimming brass. That's all I was doing.
Yeah.
And they gave me a channel strike saying you're teaching people how to manufacture ammunition. Well, my
Right.
uncle's an attorney. And
Yeah.
so he responded to them and was like, well, no, he's trademarked underneath his Bending Ballistics name under this trademark for this content. And this is the type of content he's going to do. And if you don't like it, then we'll go back and forth. And my uncle was like, I have nothing but time. He's like, what are they going to do?
Right.
Like,
Now, have you looked into some of the alternatives like Rumble? It's starting to like really take off.
I haven't looked into Rumble, and a lot of it's because I just don't understand like the algorithms or anything on it. Like, I don't understand any of that stuff, especially with YouTube. Like, I've asked Hootie a bunch, like, algorithm questions, and Flying Rich and John Crump and DLD and all those guys, like, algorithm questions, and it's like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Because the algorithms don't make sense anymore.
The
So I've got a
best
second
advice I
channel.
can give from my observation is be consistent, and that's where I lack.
Um, so Hootie says Rumble is a crock. My
Now,
videos get 0 views.
I don't disagree. I don't get any traction on Rumble, and I see some channels go over there and get tons of interaction. So it's kind of a crapshoot.
Yeah, see, I don't exactly know. It's the same thing with like lives. Like, you see certain live streams in the firearms industry where during a live they'll show a firearm and then never get struck down. And then I was on another channel, I was watching on another channel and they literally showed an upper and YouTube completely shut it down.
Right.
Like, no lower receiver, no bolt carrier, nothing. Just an upper receiver in the barrel, and it's like,
It
well,
doesn't
what
make.
the hell?
Yeah. Yep.
So,
Yep.
um,
I feel like firearms channel days are numbered unless something changes over there. I feel
oh,
like they.
I completely agree. So I've got a second channel. I've got a fishing channel
I
because when
got
I'm not at matches, I I literally dedicate my free time to fishing when I'm not practicing
right
because
on
it's just my time. Like, go out on
behind
run
that.
my kayak and just hang out. So
3 months, 2,000 videos. Yeah. See, I get it. I totally get it. I've been over there pretty much since the freaking get go, and yeah, I don't get any traction. Now, I also don't have 2,000 videos, so
yeah, I think Hootie has the most videos out of anybody on YouTube now. I think he's officially beat Hickok 45.
yeah.
Haven't you, Hootie? I think he has.
I remember when he started uploading every day, and he's like, "I'm just going to upload every day," and he stayed consistent with it, and it really worked out for him. And that's kind of his thing now.
Yeah, I mean, and it's great. Like, so going into his live chat, so as supportive as he has been to my channel, that's why like oh, Hickok still has a little more. As supportive as he has been to my channel, like I try to always at least be at his premiere or catch it within the first whatever 10, 12 hours. That
Yes.
way I'm caught up on everything.
Yeah.
Now,
I do miss some videos, but I try to watch at least every one of them. I don't always comment, and I should, because that gives channels more act. It gives them more attention, and it draws more viewers. Like I
yeah.
said, I'm usually the quiet kid in the back, so
I mean, we have food conversations at Hootie stuff, like just talk about dinner and stuff like that.
yeah, yeah.
And like
That's
tonight's chat was screaming by. Like, but see, what I think's really cool is so like Hootie Who's even his lives and his premieres, he'll have 300 to 400 people in there, and he's responding to people and acknowledging people.
yes,
And that's my biggest fuss with all of it is people don't do that enough, I don't think.
no, and I am 100% guilty. I try to respond to as many comments as I can, but I'm very, very busy.
Yeah,
Like I'm a
no, I
very
get it.
I'm working like 12 to 16 hours a day sometimes. So,
I get it, man.
but even
100%.
lever gun. Ooh, see, I grew up shooting a Winchester 30-30. That's what I deer hunted with. Killed my first deer with one, and it always at I don't know. It always holds a special place, I guess, at 94.
E-Rock says he generally rewatches the videos after the actual chat.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
So you said you're a third generation gunsmith?
Yeah.
So do you cut barrels?
No, I specialize in refinishing.
Like rebluing and
Rebluing, like hot salt bluing, like actual rebluing,
Mhm.
redoing wood stocks. I make obsolete parts. I like to, and I do it old school. I take a piece of metal and I get it really hot and I hit it with a hammer a bunch of times.
So
And
you do like the blacksmithing side of it.
I do.
That's awesome. So I might need to talk to you about a 1925 dueling pistol that I cannot
Ooh,
find parts for.
ooh, yeah, that's kind of up my alley.
Um,
Yeah, yeah,
it's some of after we're done here, I'll show it to you. I'll run upstairs and get it. It was given to me by a friend of mine. It was her dad's, and before his, it was their grandfather's. So her her dad's dad. So I guess her grandpa. And it's finding the parts for it that I need because I
yeah.
want to. What I really want to do is I want to restore it and get it back into working condition for her and give it back to her.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's cool.
Like she gave it to me as so like with all my gunsmithing certs, like my really close friends I have, I don't charge them to work on their pistols or their rifles or anything like that. I just do it. And
Right.
she gave it to me. I fixed her old Winchester, no, Savage 22, like a really old semi-auto Savage 22
Yeah,
that I fixed that for. And then I fixed a Ruger LCP 9. And I want to say I fixed a 30-30 for. I think that's what it was. But so she gave it to me and she was like, hey, I want you to have this. Thank you for everything you've done for me.
that's
But
awesome.
I want to fix it for her and get the parts and replace it to her and
Yeah,
give it back to her. I mean, you know what I mean?
yeah,
So,
that's pretty cool. Yeah, yeah, I'll take a look at it when I come down to come shooting with you. That would be cool.
hell
We'll
yeah,
see.
man. I know it's in a 22. It's a single shot dueling pistol in
Yeah.
22.
Here's a fun fact for the viewers who, if you don't know, I was a cop in Ohio. You swear an oath just like you do everywhere else. Well, I came over here and I became a jailer for a few years. And you have to swear an oath that you've never been in a duel. when you swear an oath in Kentucky.
Huh. Well, I think there's still the dueling law in Kentucky.
Yeah,
On
yeah,
Sundays, you're allowed to be in a duel.
yeah.
It's like where I live in Kentucky, where we're allowed to, on our square, I don't know if where you live, if you have a town square in the town that you live in. But so on Sundays, we're allowed to drive backwards around the square. Technically,
Oh, really?
according to city law, you're allowed to drive backwards around the square.
You know, Kentucky has some crazy laws. I'm trying to think of this one. It's something like you can't walk a horse down a hill with an ice cream cone in your pocket. Like,
Yeah, yeah, I don't get. Um,
there's some weird laws here.
no, I agree. Like, um, but Cody's right there. You got some big channels, and you ask questions, you get ridiculed in the chat for asking.
Yeah,
So
that's ridiculous. A lot of these guys they let their channel size go to their head, and we're just motherfuckers, you know. We're just dudes. We're just
yeah, I
dudes
mean
shooting guns.
we're all normal people.
Yeah.
So there's a ultimate debate that you have to answer,
Okay.
and this is enabled to be a Kentuckian gun tuber. This is a rite of passage.
Yeah.
Do you wear tactical flip flops?
Tactical flip flops. Ooh, I don't know if I should answer that or not.
This is a rite of passage, gun dog.
Sometimes.
So Ron Wayne and I only wear tactical flip flops.
Nice.
So
Yeah, sometimes I do. I'm a fan. But
yeah.
see, I've got an injury, so I try not to show my feet too much. So I wear boots a lot. But yeah, I'm known to wear tactical flip flops for sure.
So Bernadette says if I slap you with a white glove, it's on for a duel.
Hey, is that a duel or a sword fight?
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, that's still a duel, I guess.
Um, it
Spit on
is
the
an
soundbar. Yeah, that's crazy.
Ron Wayne says just look down at my videos. A2 grips or no?
Ooh, see,
That's a tough one.
I've got a ton of ARs with A2 grips on. I'm kind of an experimenter. I like to experiment with new stuff. I'm not a fan of skeletalized grips, but
But are you not a F1 type person?
not really. Not really.
No. I like their concept. I really do.
I do.
Um,
It's too much openness in a gun that ain't supposed to have that much openness.
oh, well, that's my biggest fuss with it, is it's just way too open.
Yeah, yeah. That's a lot of
Bernadette says
can go
pistolas
wrong.
to the moon. What's up, Michael? Says he's late. So if you had to pick one firearm to have for the rest of your life, no matter what, and that's the only firearm you could have, no matter what would it be?
AR-15 hands down.
What caliber?
Probably in 5.56 because the availability of the rounds.
That makes sense. No 9mm?
Probably not. Because your rifle can do the job of a pistol, but your pistol can't do the job of a rifle. I mean, there's a reason infantry carries rifle, you know.
So I've got one more question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a fan of the Taurus TX22?
I haven't shot it yet.
You haven't shot a Taurus TX22?
No, I haven't. I have torture tested a few Tauruses, but I haven't messed with the TX22.
So what I'm going to say is I convinced Ron Wayne into getting a Taurus TX22. And Yukikaze is giving me crap in the comments about the TX22. But I convinced Ron Wayne to get a Taurus TX22. The first time I got one, I literally opened up 3 boxes of Federal, the 325 brick that you get at Walmart or Cabela's or Bass Pro, whatever,
Yeah.
right there. And I literally just went and shot it. I had
Yeah.
one malfunction, and it was an ammo-related malfunction.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was phenomenal. Like, it is the runningest 22 pistol that I've ever had.
Yeah. I've been wanting to get my hands on one just to try it out.
I've got
Because
one that you can torture test that has like 5,000 rounds to it, and it hasn't been cleaned yet. That's the other thing I'm gonna throw out. I don't clean my firearms the way other people do.
yeah.
Like when my groups start falling apart, I'll clean them.
Yes. Yeah. Now that's you're actually touching on a very, very good subject there. Like for long range shooting, I don't clean the barrel unless I have to. Now I will clean the chamber to make sure I got clean feeds. But as far as cleaning the barrel itself, no, because my last, all my ballistics information from my last shoots are with that dirty barrel, and it's nice and worn in and broken in. And if it's my groups start, spreading out, then I'll clean it. But so I'm with you on that.
So, Indy, I've never shot the Ruger 2245.
I
So
have
you have?
not the light though. My daughter, I actually, it's a video on my channel. My daughter, when she was 13, I took her to her first still match, and she was using a Ruger 2245, and that freaking gun jammed every other shot. It seemed like, and I'm really proud of my kid because she kept a cool head. She dropped mag, clear it, put mag back in, rack it, and do her thing. So I'm really proud of her on that. So that was really a test of patience right there. I was really surprised at how terrible that gun did.
Really?
And I've
I'm
owned it
surprised
for years.
that I'm surprised at that with as prolific of a name as Ruger is. But I mean, I guess it's the same thing with like Canic or
Right.
Springfield or Smith and Smesson. Um, I'm not a big Smith and Wesson fan.
I'm not either.
Um,
I'm not either. I don't like the M&Ps. I never have. Uh, I think I used the M&P in that same video because I shot the same still match with her. And I used an
oh,
M&P 2.0 in that video, I believe. I think it was an FDE, something like that. But now, as far as Taurus goes, like the G3, I could not stop that gun from running. And I seriously put it in some terrible situations.
well, so
I mean,
that's how my TX22 is.
yeah,
Is it runs like a scalded animal.
yeah,
Um, and it runs and runs and runs and runs and runs and doesn't care. It will
right,
keep running.
right. Now, I'm up here running around in the hills of Wyoming with mountain lions and bears and all kinds of shit.
Mhm.
So I'm carrying my trusty 10 millimeter Glock. So I've been carrying this chubby Glock 29 for past 2 months.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of a fat gun to carry.
No, I understand that. Ron says I have beard and beach noise.
You gotta grow one out, man. Just
I don't, I mean, it's just that weak ass beard game.
yeah, that's good.
So, I go on the Terribly Tactical show. I don't know if you know who those guys are, and
Mhm.
I'm always giving them crap about their weak ass beard game. Like you'll see me in the comment section. I always talk about their weak ass beard game,
I
but
don't
it's
even
all in
know
good
what
fun.
it looks like. I haven't seen my face in years.
Well, so here's the thing that people don't realize about me. I shave my beard off twice a year.
Yeah,
Yeah. So this is only like 6 months of growing out my beard.
nice.
Um,
I keep this thing trimmed, so
like I'll go straight baby face.
yeah,
And
yeah.
so
No,
you could say I'm not a milk drinker either because I cannot drink milk. I can't. So do you know what alpha gout is?
uh huh.
GunDoc? So I have
Yeah.
alpha gal.
Okay.
So
So
I can't drink milk. I can't eat red meat, and like I can eat like pepper jack cheese
yeah.
because um oh, okay. So it just is what it is there. Like
But yet,
um,
as far as the beard goes, I've thought about like shaving my face before I go home, so my wife wouldn't recognize me when I walk in.
that's funny. She might think you're trying to rob the place.
She might. I might get shot.
Um, Man Against the Masses says Glock grip angle is probably designed after the A2 grip.
uh,
Ron Wayne says Bending probably has a small family of squirrels living in his beard. That is possible. That might be why I have to shave it.
it's possible, he says.
So,
Yeah, I've
but
had a beard since I was an MMA fighter. I used to fight professionally, if you didn't know that.
oh
And
yeah.
yeah, I've pretty much had a beard since then. I started out with a goatee and like chops that look like the Roman helmet.
Hmm.
I would shape them like that specifically, and then I just let it grow into a beard, and I just never stopped.
Gotcha. Well, I don't want to keep you. We've been going an hour, and I know you're tired.
Brother, I
Oh,
appreciate you having me on. I've had a blast.
yeah, we'll
Uh,
have to do it again when we both have more time and you're not exhausted and stuff like that. But
Now
tell
be
her,
done. I'll be done filming this TV show in at the around the end of November, mid-November to the end of November. So as soon as I get back to Kentucky, man, if you want to go do some long range stuff, I would love to do that.
oh yeah, just hit me up whenever you're back. We'll get it planned where you, Ron, and I can all link up together and do some stuff together.
Sounds
Um,
good.
but tell everybody who you are, where they can find you, and things like
I
that. And a piece of advice.
okay, yeah, I'm GunDoctor TV pretty much everywhere. Um, I'm on Instagram. I'm on all the platforms that still have me. I'm on Facebook, but I don't run my Facebook because my personal account got a lifetime ban, and they banned my IP, so I can't like sneak back on there. So my
Okay.
wife actually runs that, but I'm GunDoctor TV everywhere. And piece of advice, don't look down the point. Don't look down the business end of a gun, I guess.
That works.
All right, brother.
All right.
Hey, have me on, man.
All right. Well, I'll catch everybody next time. Peace.